A in the start in another round of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. It is another crew from Germany, from the Frankfurter R.G. in Germany, and Wallingford Rowing Club A on the right-hand side of your screen, just moving off their station ever so slightly, but looks like they're in control and moving back into the correct place. What do you think we'll be seeing as we progress on the course here, Tom?
Tricky one to call this. We saw a crew, a Forley crew, of course the male equivalent of this junior quad category from Frankfurter R.G. Germania, do pretty well earlier, knocking out a much favoured Gloucester crew who were sort of much heavier than them, but they just sculled a race that was perfectly to plan, and they executed it well and sort of made their way through. So it looks like the Germans here mean business. They brought across a couple of crews in the ladies as well and look really, really strong out on the course, paddling earlier this week and showing that here, nearly a length up in Wallingford already.
As we move a little bit further down the track, we can see exactly what's happening here. It is the club from Germany, from the Frankfurter Rowing Club, who are leading very comfortably. They look really strong, well-timed, moving together, keeping the beat up, but moving very comfortably ahead of Wallingford Rowing Club A crew, who are sitting some lengths behind now.
A couple of lightweights on board the Frankfurter crew, Hannah and Theresa, who sort of recently won a bronze medal in the women's lightweight quads at the German national championships, and both made the A final in the lightweight single at the Munich, Hamburg and Cologne international regattas. So well-established names on the German domestic scene, and showing here that they've got the ability to take on the best the UK has to offer in the form of Wallingford, who of course finished. Three of these girls finished, I think, 5th in the B final of the Junior 16 girls quad at the National Schools Regatta, but just come up against what looks like a better crew on the day here.
Yeah, tough draw, and with these international crews, I mean, it's hard to know what you're going to be facing, isn't it? I know coming to Henley, people say to me, oh, how's it going to go? What's going to happen? Who's going to win? And you really don't know. Even the informed crews, anything can happen on this course, and that's what I tell people. Anything can happen here. It's who steps up to the occasion, who's able to put those performances together under this kind of pressure and under the difficulties that this course presents as well. But especially with those international crews, it is an unknown.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to weigh up a medal at the German National Championships in comparison to the National Schools Regatta. You know, how fast is the competitive field? What are the conditions like? It's almost impossible to actually judge. So it certainly leaves a lot to the imagination when these two crews do line up on the start. And talking to some of the rowing almanacs on the bank, they don't know either. That's the thing. They've done their research. They know the domestic form of each of them, but can't actually place them against each other. Just saw the German crew in full shot there, struggling a little bit with their steering, a bit of a correction on the rudder. You can see they're just veering towards the booms a bit.
Oh yeah, really moving away quite heavily there from the booms. So I'll just have to make sure they correct and get back into their lane there so they don't move across the course. And yes, we can see that correction coming now, but they're quite a young crew. They're young juniors, so they can actually come back again next year. So great to see some mature racing here from the Frankfurter crew from Germany, currently leading Wallingford over on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, and don't be at all surprised to see them come back in sort of later years. Frankfurter, a fantastic supporter of the regatta, one of the names from Germany that we regularly see across the club, intermediate and junior events, putting on a really, really strong showing here against Wallingford. See them sculling well. Just looking like perhaps the intensity's come off a tiny bit, sparing themselves a few notches of intensity for the next stage of racing, which, as you said, Sarah, begins on Friday for the Diamond Jubilee.
As they come down towards the finishing line now, Frankfurter crew from Germany taking up this round of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, moving through to Friday's racing in the top 16. Very mature racing from these young women, defeating Wallingford Rowing Club.